Angel Reese is furious. Her fans are crashing out, and it is absolutely glorious to watch. Why? Because towering above the streets of Chicago, the so-called kingdom of Angel Reese, is a massive billboard featuring none other than Caitlin Clark. That's right, Clark's face is beaming down on Reese's home turf, and her fans are treating it like a national crisis. You'd think their queen just got evicted from her palace. Social media is flooded with their outrage. They're calling it disrespectful, disgusting, and every other word they can think of that starts with D. But here's the truth. That billboard is exactly where it belongs. Billboards don't go up for players who miss layups and talk more than they hoop. They go up for superstars, game changers like Caitlin Clark. And Chicago just sent a message. We know who the real star is. And guess what? According to Basketball Reference, Clark is the most visited player webpage, even in Illinois. You heard that right. Even Reese's team's home state is more interested in Clark than in Reese. Now, of course, Reese's fans are scrambling. They're trying to convince anyone who will listen that this is some kind of insult, that it's unfair to their face of the league. But let's get one thing straight. This is business. Brands want the face that moves the needle, not the player who racks up bricks like she's working construction. And the reality is, Caitlin Clark is the future. Angel Reese is just background noise. Clark isn't just popular because she's good. She's popular because she's changed the entire perception of women's basketball. People tune in for her. Kids are imitating her logo shots. Adults who never watched a WNBA game are now marking their calendars for Fever games. Meanwhile, Reese's fans are stuck reminiscing about that one tournament run in college where she got carried by her team to a national championship because there's not much else to celebrate. And it's hilarious because it's my understanding now, she keeps telling us, Angel Reese keeps telling us, that it's not just Caitlin Clark, that she's part of this brigade of women's basketball players that are leading all these new viewers into the WNBA. And I think it's these ratings right here that proved the biggest point. And what's Angel doing while Clark is out here shaping the future? She's busy doing TikTok dances and showing up at every event that will have her. Clout chasing might get you likes, but it doesn't get you anything else. Let's be honest for a second. That billboard didn't go up by accident. Caitlin Clark earned every pixel of that giant display in the heart of Chicago. While Angel Reese's fans are out here acting like someone burned her jersey in the street, Caitlin was busy doing what she's always done, rewriting the history books. She's been filling arenas, shattering records, and inspiring the next generation of hoopers. You don't get a billboard because you talk the loudest. You get it because you play the best. This is more statistical data. That proves, no. Nobody's tuning in to see Angel Reese, and that's what Reese's fan base can't handle. They know it. Deep down, they know the truth hurts. Their queen is out here missing layups while Caitlin is hitting logo threes and making defenders look like traffic cones. But here's the part that's really got them in shambles. You put Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark side by side in Chicago, or anywhere really, and Clark's star is still the one that shines the brightest. Every time Clark plays in Chicago, the arena is sold out and more than half the fans in attendance root for the Fever. Because while Reese is busy getting ejected from games and posting cryptic tweets, Caitlin is letting her game do all the talking. She's leading, she's winning, and she's becoming the face of the league. That's why she's on that billboard. That's why brands are lining up to work with her. That's why every city, yes, even Angel's so-called home turf, is embracing Caitlin Clark. But just when you thought the meltdown was over, Reese's fans found something new to cry about. This time, it wasn't just the billboard, it was Kelsey Plum who had them foaming at the mouth. That's right, Plum. Two-time WNBA champion, Olympian, certified baller, and someone who actually wins. Dropped a simple take, saying the Sparks have the best front court in the league, and you would have thought she declared war on Chicago, the way Reese's fans lost their minds. Apparently in their world, saying anything that doesn't put Angel Reese on a pedestal is an attack. Because in their minds, having Reese on your roster automatically makes you the best team in the league. Forget skill, forget records. If Angel's there, that's all you need, right? Wrong. Reese's fans live in this alternate reality where her presence alone guarantees rings. But last time I checked, her team missed the playoffs. Not only that, but their record actually got worse after Reese joined. But of course, facts don't matter to these people. When Kelsey Plum spoke the truth, they called it shade. No, that's not shade. That's reality. The Sparks have built a powerhouse front court. They've got size, skill, and actual production. Reese's team, on the other hand, a whole lot of talking, not a lot of winning. But Reese's fans don't want to hear that. They'd rather plug their ears and chant double-double machine, like it's a spell that's going to turn bricks into baskets. Here's the thing. Kelsey Plum didn't say anything about Reese personally. She just gave credit where it's due. But when you're insecure about your favorite player's performance, everything feels like a threat. That's the real reason they're so defensive, because deep down, they know that if Angel Reese was truly that girl, if she was really on Caitlin Clark's level, they wouldn't need to defend her every time someone tells the truth. The wins would speak for themselves. But they don't. And that's why every comment, every ranking, every billboard hits them like a gut punch. Reese fans have built this bizarre fantasy world where Angel's mere presence on a roster is supposed to strike fear into the hearts of the entire WNBA. Like the moment she laces up her sneakers, everyone else is supposed to pack it up and call it a day. Sorry, but basketball doesn't work like that, especially when half those sneakers are clomping toward another missed layup. Yet, here they are, clutching their pearls and acting like Kelsey Plum personally insulted their grandmother just because she dared to say the Sparks have the best front line in the league. Let's call it what it is, delusion. Angel Reese is talented, sure, but she's not the second coming of Lisa Leslie, and she's definitely not the face of the WNBA, but try telling that to her fans. They think grabbing her own bricks off the backboard counts as dominance. Newsflash, that's not elite basketball. And speaking of those bricks, can we finally address the layup situation? What is going on there? You watch Reese drive to the basket and it's like she's got a personal vendetta against scoring. Is she aiming for the hoop or trying to make friends with the shot clock? Every time she misses from point-blank range, and let's be honest, that's often, you can practically hear the collective sigh from the crowd. And yet, she celebrates like she just hit a game winner when she finally gets one to drop after 4 tries. That's not stat padding, that's stat begging. But I was looking at her stats, I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot low 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad. But what makes it even funnier is Reese's own claims about changing the game. Changing what exactly? The league's tolerance for missed layups. If there's a trophy for most dramatic flail after contact, sure, give it to her. But this idea that Angel Reese is revolutionizing women's basketball, please? The only thing she's changing is the definition of a highlight reel, because apparently now it includes 6 missed shots followed by a free throw celebration. Is immeasurably better at basketball than Angel Reese. I think we all know this. Again, that Caitlin Clark is, the huge A-list star, the Harrison Ford, back when Harrison Ford had that 20-year stretch of nothing but #1 movies. Domination, Star Wars, Indiana, historic domination. Caitlin Clark, you're seeing it right here. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is doing what real stars do, dominating. She's not out here begging for attention, she's earning it. When people tune in to watch Caitlin, they know they're about to see something special. She's launching threes from the logo, threading passes like a surgeon, and elevating everyone around her. And guess what? The numbers prove it. When Caitlin Clark plays, arenas sell out. TV ratings hit new highs. Millions tune in. Kids across the country are trying to copy her moves. That's real impact. Compare that to Reese. Her games get maybe a couple of 100,000 viewers. And let's be honest, half those people are tuning in for the chaos. They're not watching for elite basketball. They're watching to see what mess Angel gets into this time. Is she arguing with the ref again? Is she flopping after missing a layup? Is she celebrating a rebound like she just won a gold medal? It's reality TV, not basketball. And that's the difference. Caitlin Clark is making history. Angel Reese is making headlines. And only one of those things actually matters. But let's get back to the billboards, because that's what started this meltdown in the first place. Caitlin Clark's face is beaming down on Chicago, and Reese's fans are acting like it's a personal attack. This isn't about Chicago loyalty. This isn't about respect. It's about the fact that Angel Reese's fans know, deep down, that Caitlin Clark is everything they wish their favorite player could be. And every time they see that billboard, every time they hear another record-breaking stat, every time they see Caitlin's jersey sell out in minutes, they're reminded of the gap. And that gap is growing wider every single day. So what's the response? Twitter tantrums, excuses, blaming the media, anything to avoid the truth. But the truth is staring them right in the face, literally, from that billboard. Caitlin Clark is the future. Angel Reese is just part of the past that refuses to let go. I keep waiting for the star power. I keep waiting for the supposed mainstream appeal of Angel Reese to draw flies to this incredibly stale turd. Hell, at this point, my expectations are so low. I'm just looking for unrivaled to show signs of life. I'm just looking for minor improvements, small improvements like ratings going from nothing to almost nothing. But this damn secondary dump, they can't even give me that. And the funniest part, this is just the beginning. Those billboards, they're not going away. If anything, there's going to be more. You think this is bad? Wait until Caitlin Clark starts lighting up the WNBA next season. Wait until she's dropping 30 on Reese's team while fans in Chicago wear her jersey courtside. That billboard, it's not just a sign, it's a warning. Caitlin Clark has arrived. And Angel Reese? She better get used to looking up, because that's where Clark is going to be. On the billboards, in the record books, now that Caitlin Clark is finally getting the recognition she deserves, what better place to remind everyone than right in the middle of Angel Reese's so-called territory? Picture this. Reese fans walking down the street, ready to pick up their unhealthy McDonald's Angel Reese meal, only to look up and boom, Caitlin Clark's face plastered across a giant billboard, reminding them exactly who runs this league. You just know the second they see it, their day is ruined. Takeout bags in hand, phone out to tweet something salty, all because the reality is staring them right in the face. This is Caitlin Clark's world, and Angel Reese is just visiting. Let's be honest, every basketball fan who actually knows the game felt that little rush of satisfaction when that billboard went up. It's poetic justice. After months of Reese fans screaming online about how she's the real face of women's basketball, the billboard said, actually, no. Here's the real star. Enjoy your walk to work. Caitlin Clark didn't have to say a word. The message was loud and clear. That's what happens when you let your game do the talking, because while Angel's been out here missing layups and posting TikToks about how she's changing the game, Caitlin Clark has actually been changing the game. She's shattering records, draining logo threes like it's a casual warm-up, and making sure every WNBA arena is packed to the rafters. Clark isn't asking for attention. It's following her wherever she goes. She's not chasing clout. She's forcing everyone to acknowledge her greatness. And that's what burns Reese fans the most. Caitlin doesn't need gimmicks. She's just better. And with the WNBA season approaching, that billboard is just the beginning. This is the season where Caitlin Clark's takeover becomes undeniable. The Indiana Fever aren't just rolling out a star player, they're unleashing a future MVP. Reese fans can keep convincing themselves that their girl is the future. They can type out all the think pieces they want about changing the culture. But every time they pass that billboard, they'll get a reality check. That's not Angel Reese's face up there, it's Caitlin Clark's. And that's because Clark is the one driving ticket sales. Clark is the one ESPN can't stop talking about. And Clark is the one every kid wants to be. Angel Reese might be loud, but Caitlin Clark is legendary. And that billboard, it's just the first sign of what's coming. This is only the beginning. Soon, those billboards will be in every city. New York, LA, even in front of the Aces arena where Asia Wilson can stare up at her future competition for MVP. And every time Angel Reese fans see one, they can keep telling themselves she's changing the game, but the rest of us will know the truth. Caitlin Clark isn't changing the game. She's already changed it.